Hello, welcome to Blackjacks. This was going to be a metal bashing video with a brief excursion into using a stump and a hammer to make some shaped metal, and then a slightly more sensible way of doing it with the objective ending up with a mudguard. But it got complicated, so it's not actually a video about doing that, it's a video about something else entirely. So if you looked at that stump thing and you thought, that looks like a lot of hard work, you're right, it is, and my shoulders are playing up, and so the idea was, I went out and bought myself a Vevor shrinker stretcher, which essentially is a piece of machinery that you put a piece of steel in and you work the handle and it stretches it, and then it takes a curve on, and that would help us to make a mudguard. But the snag is that the so-called Vevor shrinker stretcher neither shrinks nor stretches. So instead of making a mudguard, we're going to have to find out why that is. So these are the operative bits of the machine, or the non-operative bits of the machine. Well, you can see that, but that's a stretcher and that's a shrinker. Basically, the idea is when you pull the handle down, this all squeezes together. These inner jaws are supposed to move together and shrink them out. And conversely, when you move this one down, it pulls these pairs of, this pair of jaws apart and stretches the metal. However, it's not working, so we're going to take it apart and find out why. So this is the shrinker pulled apart. You see there's a spring that pushes the jaws apart. Well, and it's all supposed to close up and push together. But if we take one of these off, preferably that one, yeah, you can see that face on there is pretty horrible. I don't really want it. It will slide on that, but it doesn't want to slide on it. And by the time you've got 4 lots of that resistance there, I think that could well be at least one of our troubles. So I'm going to have a look at sorting that out. So about 180 wet and dry, using it dry, like Henry paper, rubbing that backwards and forwards on there, which obviously I can't do with one hand. And yeah, look at that. Just taking it down, but you can see. So I'm going to do it with this for a bit, see if I can get rid of it entirely. If you see that. But see, it's going in the middle and not at the edges. That sort of implies it's not flat. Because as a rule, if you're doing this sort of thing, you get the edge down and leave the middle. So, maybe get a bit more vicious with this. Oh. Yeah, again, see how the pattern's going in the middle. It's still there around the edges. Again, not exactly what you'd expect from putting on a belt binder. I'll switch the wet and dry out for stone. And you can still see it's still coming up funny and it's shiny in the middle, so it's not that flat. It certainly slides better now. 3 more to go then. Okay, with the I don't know what you call it, a stationary block, then I'm going to still use a stone. I'm just going to do it on the edge like that, because really that's the only way I can get in there. And I could get in with a grinder, but the idea was to make it better, not worse. So let's get that quick wipe. Doing something. Alright, come back in a bit. Okay, well, quick trip to Machine Mark, which isn't Harbour Freight, but might as well be. And I got some new belts to sand in. got new belts for the belt sander, so as you can see, I don't know, is that in focus or not? I can't tell. But anyway, it's a lot quicker. So that's what we'll be doing. Good, the bottom dies, I've given them a bit of a clean on the belt sander too, which has improved matters, but I can only sand it that way. And I want to be going that way on there, so I'm going to put a bit of 240 on the surface plate and if you sand it down, you're going to put scratches in it. If you put scratches in it, you want it to slide. It's best to put the scratches in the direction things are sliding. So when that was sanding that way, the block's got to sand like this way. It's not helping immensely. It's definitely better than it was, but it's not helping. It's not perfect. So doing this with the stupid little short strokes should improve matters. Although it might be reaching a point where putting it back together and finding out whether it works or not would be an idea. So let's have a look at putting it back together. So this is a bracket, make sure you've got the right one. There's a shrinker on it, because this is the shrinker. Now, the jaws are different sizes. So you want it in like that. Where are we gone? There. You want it in like that so that the where they meet is offset. And this one, this is the bottom one because it's got thread in it. So let's take that, put that there, screws in here. It's not what you call precision fit, is it? Let's take the spare eyes out and apply them. Quality equipment from the People's Republic of China, as per usual. The thing a lot of trouble with Chinese stuff is that people don't understand it, or at least as far as I understand it. The Chinese don't negotiate on price. They negotiate on quality. So if the guy says to you they want 800 whatevers for it, yen, do they use yen? And you'll go, well, I'd rather give you 600. And the guy in China thinks about it for a bit and then says, oh, okay, we can do that. And the Western guy goes away thinking he just knocked the price down by 25%. And the Chinese guys meant, what the Chinese guy meant was, yeah, if we avoid machining this bit and put in a carburetor that works on the engine, then yeah, we can probably do it for that kind of money. I don't know quite what you're going to do with a thing that doesn't work, but that's up to you, mate, because you're buying it. I'm going to put a little bit of grease in there, whether that's advisable or not, don't know, so just in here. Springs in between them. Stuff that back in there. Well, a bit of finger pressure when it moves. Right then, top one. So that wants to go in that way round to keep the gap on the jewels offset. So they're like that. Got no idea where this camera is, so I keep putting things like that, expecting you to be able to see it, and in fact it needs to be there. And then this goes in on top now. Where does the springy thing go? Springy thing goes in there. So put that in first, because otherwise apparently this makes a difference. So there's going to be a bit of a brief pause while I go and find some pliers. Popular boy. Yeah, once again he does that. The ends of the spring are pointing that way a bit, and that might be not helping it entirely, so we'll give that a bit of a tweak, shall we? So you see what I mean now. So, don't want the grease falling off and getting for the grit either. So, catch all of that. Yeah, well, it doesn't really want to go, does it? That's better. That's much nicer. Right, let's do it again with a bit of grease on it. Right, so that's that reassembled. And I can squeeze it by hand, so that's better. That's something of a good sign. Pop that back in there. There we go. And then just refit those 4 screws. Nice city adhering paint. La la bum bum. It was a really bad habit starting to hum or whistle the girl from Ipanema, which, I don't know, maybe I should check that out, maybe the copyright's out on that. Perhaps that's why it's so popular as lift music. There also have to be a pause while I find the other screw that's gone missing. Wouldn't be a blackjack's reassembly job if we could find all the screws at the end, would it? So we put that there. Right. Let's see how we did. Okay, well, apart from the whole handle jamming the cases thing, I shall have a look at it at some point. That seems to be working, so let's put something in it and find out. Piece of angle still bent up. It's not particularly thick because I'm feeling particularly tired. Shove it in there. Pull down on the handle, and I don't know if you see that, you can see that move. So creep it forwards, creep it forwards, creep it forwards. And there you go. There's your shrunk. So just pop that back in there for a second. So, anyway, that's made it work. I suppose we'll do a video on how to use it in a minute, but you'll have to give me a chance to sort the other die out first. So with that, hopefully that has put a smile on your face if you bought one of these and it didn't work. Hopefully, if you've wondered what the hell a shrinker stretcher is for, you might have a clue now. And failing that, take care of yourselves. I'll see you in the next one.